Greetings, sports fans. Welcome to 1988 ASMR Sports. Back with your regular video. So, yeah, I've been wanting for a while to show off kind of a cool, to me, anyways, item that I got recently from eBay. I'll show you right over here. This beautiful cardboard box here. This is a complete case of 1988 Topps wax boxes. 20 boxes of 36 packs, 40 cents per pack, back in 1988. And inside that box, there are actually 20 of these boxes, which you'll notice they have cellophane wrapping on them. That's because, interestingly, the case here was sold with all of the boxes already wrapped by Baseball Card Exchange, which is a company that will authenticate boxes, unopened boxes of cards, to ensure that each of the packs inside has not been opened. It doesn't necessarily mean that the packs inside are guaranteed to be from that original box and not from, a collection of boxes that people pulled packs from and then filled up one box with. However, if you have boxes like this one and all the other 19 boxes in that case, and they say from a sealed case, that does mean that all of the packs in this box are the same packs that Topps put in here, and that they have not been, mixed and matched at all. This is a original, complete, pristine box of cards as it came from the Topps factory back in 1988. And so that from a sealed case, or as we call it, FASC designation, is kind of special, because this is really the most pristine, the most pure, unadulterated form of older unopened sports cards that you can find. And these boxes will always carry a premium over boxes that are unwrapped, or that are wrapped but not marked FASC. So they're just being authenticated for having 36 packs that have not been opened individually, but those packs could be from different boxes. So that's a little bit of a I guess, education in these vintage sports cards and their authentication in complete box form. So so that case that I won was for a complete case that had been wrapped as FASC boxes, and I thought, that seems like a nice thing. The price was right. I actually made an offer. It was listed as a, buy it now or make an offer, best offer. So I made an offer and it was accepted, and here we are with a lot of this stuff. So I have to say, I've had a few boxes of 88 Topps over the years, but never a sealed case, and it's always been one of the cheaper cases. These FASC boxes go for, I think, somewhere between like $45 and maybe like $55 or $60, depending on the day. Which for an FASC box is pretty low rent. But I have to say the boxes in this case are pretty sweet. They're in very nice shape, and I just love the 88 Topps, because it's it's a low rent set, because there aren't really any super valuable cards in it. I think Tom Glavine rookie cards are probably the top of the game in here, but there's the usual assortment of 80s Hall of Famers like Wade Boggs, Cal Ripken, Ryan Sandberg, stuff like that. But in any event, it's not a valuable set. but the box, I feel, is extremely beautiful. I mean, look at this, like, orange to yellow gradient. Or maybe that's red to yellow. I don't know. It's kind of orange to me. Orange to red gradient looks like a sunset. You know, you got the beautiful, bold blues in here. And, you know, the classic baseball logo that's on all of the Topps wax boxes from like maybe 83 onward. I think 82 boxes, and before it looked a little different. But 83 onward kind of looked like this. Same design, you know, logo, the real one, Topps logo, bubblegum cards. Anyways, I just love the bright, bold, you know, colors of this box, and it really sort of brings back a lot of, you know, memories of when I remember opening this stuff, like right when it came out. I bought a box of this. Actually, my mom probably bought a box of this for me, and you know, it was always so exciting to open the first Topps cards of the year, and you didn't know what the design looked like, and we didn't have the internet back then, so you couldn't really tell. Sometimes some of the magazines would have a little preview, but not that often, frankly. So it was always a big surprise, and you know, it was important what these cards looked like because there weren't really that many manufacturers. In 1988, there was Topps Donruss Fleer, and then a new entrant, Score, came into the market in 88, and that kind of was the first of, you know, the explosion of many new brands and sets of baseball cards. The next year we'd have Upper Deck, and then that kind of kicked off, you know, companies having like premium or super premium sets. So we didn't just have Topps making Topps cards only; they would be making Stadium Club, and then, you know, many other brands like Finest and Chrome and so forth in years to come. So in many ways, 88 was the year it kind of all kicked off, when the, you know, the three main brands, Topps, Donruss, and Fleer, got some competition, and the market just kind of exploded, kicking off the sort of junk wax era. So a couple things here we'll be using. I have Beckett monthly baseball card magazines, which of course were the Bible of sports cards back in the, you know, the 80s. This one is from May of 1988, so this would have been probably just a few months after the Topps cards came out. And we'll get, you know, a sense of what the pricing was right out of the gate for these products, for the cards in 1988. And then I happened to just pull. It's funny because, you know, it's June now, but, you know, this is basically like 28, you know, exactly 28 years old, because it's from May, which is roughly where we are right now on the calendar. And then I happened to notice, I was looking through a box of old magazines and stuff that actually was in my garage and got brought in because it was being cleaned. And this one was like right in the stack where that 88 one was from. It's basically a year later. So I thought it might be kind of fun to sort of look at the pricing in this one for these 88 Topps cards 1 year later and see what has gone up, what has gone down, and so forth. So, and by the way, I think, yeah, I did put these FASC boxes, a few of them, on my website, hotcardboard.com. So if you'd like to open, or if you'd like to order one and enjoy this beautiful, pristine piece of sports card, you know, sentimentality, you may do so now. I also have, these are just some random unopened packs. These are kind of beat up, but these are from a lot of packs that I bought. There's like a few hundred packs that I bought, like, gosh, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago, something like that. It was probably more like 15, 20 years ago, but they were packs that had been miswrapped, and these actually are looking pretty pretty sweet, but some of the packs, like, like this part is like down here or up here, and then it's just like a bunch of, red and white here instead of back here. So they're goofy miswraps and tops. Used to sell those off to, I think, a handful of dealers who would buy them up at a heavily discounted price, and then those ended up kind of making their way out to the marketplace much later in some cases, and that's how I ended up with some from 1988, relatively long time after that. So let's open these up. We'll begin by looking up the values of the cards here in the 1988 Beckett. So I noticed that when I made sure that the 88 tops were in here, they're actually the last. This is the last page of the price guide, so it must have been, the newest product out when this came out. I do see up arrows, so this was probably not the first time that these cards were in a Beckett. This was probably the second time they were in the Beckett. Otherwise, they wouldn't have any arrows if it was the first time. But yeah, lots of cards listed, but a lot of them are like 12-cent cards, which was sort of the minimum price to get in the listing of individual prices. The commons were right here listed at 5 cents, it says. So I know you probably can't see very well, but I'll relay the information to you, and you'll have to trust me. I actually want to get my auxiliary mic up. That's this one back here. There's some nice sounds out of the cardboard. There you go, now you can really hear. Alright, one, Berenguer, author of the Berenguer Boogie, little dance this guy used to do. He was a relief pitcher back for the Minnesota Twins, and this would have been, the sort of year after, but basically the first cards of him printed after the 87 World Series that the Twins miraculously won. I really doubt he's going to be in here, but I'm going to look him up. Yeah, not listed. No love for pitchers back then either. Willie Frazier, but no name. Pitcher for the Angels. I won't look him up. Terry Pohl. Darryl Miller. Greg Matthews. A lot of these I'm pretty safe now looking up. I can't imagine, although I'm looking at some of the names here, like Bruce Hurst and Buddy Bell. I probably would not have thought to look up. So, alright, now Harold Baines, who's now in the Hall of Fame, was a pretty decent star back then, not like a mega star, but a pretty well-established star. I don't think by the time he retired, most people didn't think he would be a Hall of Famer, but he is now. So we're all left laughing. Yeah, so he's a 12 center, so kind of the minimum price to be listed individually, which is what I'd expect. Denny Martinez, I feel like there's no way he'd be listed. I mean, he was a good pitcher, but not a star, and again, pitchers did not get much love at any point in the hobby, really, except I have to say in 85, 86, like when Dwight Gooden was about the hottest thing in baseball during that time. His cards were definitely getting respect. Alright, Jimmy Jones, I feel like this is a rookie, so he might be listed primarily or solely for that reason. Sure enough, I'm a little bit off screen here, but there he is. Jimmy Jones, and you see right next to it, it says FTC. That means first tops card. And basically, they would put that designation in the price guide when there was a card that was the first, appearance of a player on a tops card, but they had an appearance in an earlier set, like in 87. He probably had a Don Russ card or something. Although I can't really picture what that looks like right now, so maybe he didn't. Tracy Jones is a second-year card, I think. I think he had an 87 Donruss. Let's look him up. 553 Tracy Jones. 12 cents. Phil Lombardi. I don't think I'm going to look him up. John Tudor. Alright, just because I saw like Bruce Hurst listed, I'm going to look up John Tudor. 792, 12 cents. Sure enough, he's listed right over here. I also noticed in this price guide, which is kind of cool, at the end of this price guide, you know, where the numbers end, you see some letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, so forth, right? And let's see, the most expensive card in here is Eric Davis at 80 cents. He was definitely a popular young star back then. But you may be wondering why those cards have letters on them. Well, that's because they're from the bottom of the box here. You can see, so these are cards here. You know, there's Ojo, there's Joe Strawberry, there's Eric Davis. That's the most expensive one. And there is, I think that's Joe Carter. So, yeah, so those had some value back in the day. Oh, actually, there's the checklist. So there you go. They have their letters, you know, instead of numbers. And there's 4 different combinations of them you can get on these boxes. But yeah, back in the day, those had some kind of value. Not a ton, but some. You could masterfully cut those. You know, with nice, clean edges, straight edges. You were gonna have some sweet cards, probably. You could land those boxes from your local retailer. Oh, they're stuck. Alright. Lee Elia. Tony Fernandez, I'm sure, is a 12 center. Jeff Reed. Mark Davis. What the hell was that? John Moses. Oh, that's kind of a fun one. So there's a long-time A's and Guardians manager, Terry Francona, as a player. Looking very, very young and slim back then. Man, this card has a big crease in it. I don't know what that's all about. Oh, that's from the gum. I tore it off. Benito Santiago, as he was known on his 87 Topps card, which was his first. Actually, I think that was his true rookie. I don't think he had any 80, like, 80, oh no, he have 87, or 86s. Yeah, I don't think he had any 86 cards, so his 87 Topps was his true rookie, and I think he was a future star on that one, but 693, let's see, I think he would be listed, because, you know, wait a minute, why does this say, oh, did he not have an 87 Topps? Apparently not, because this says FTC right there, if you can't see it, and this one is $1, so that's a pretty nice card back then. Man, why am I losing? I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of BJ Surhoff or something. I thought for sure he had a 87 Topps. Now I want to go back and see if I made an error. Could I find Benito Santiago if you were here? I don't know, probably not. Oh man, look at these names. Cal Daniels. $2. Can you imagine $2 for a Cal Daniels card back in 1988? Alright, well I swear to God, Benito Santiago was an 87 Topps set, and I sort of can't believe that I would forget such a thing. You old schoolers will have to tell me if I'm hallucinating, or if he truly was not in the 87 Topps set. Yeah, maybe he wasn't, and I'm thinking of his 87 Donruss. He was definitely an 87 Donruss. He was an 87 Fleer. Could have sworn. Does he show up in Tops Traded? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Yeah, okay. So, right there, $1.50. So, there you go. He's not in 87 Tops. I had a little brain aneurysm right there. Neil Allen. Glenn Hoffman. Mark Langston. Dwayne Henry. Alfredo Griffin. Alan Ashby and Mike Maddox. Alright, so we didn't really get much to look up there. None of the kind of like big stars or like rookies. So I do want to kind of look through this price guide with y'all and see which cards were the hot ones to get. Alright, let's see here. So $1.50. Oh, the Al Leiter error card. It actually showed, I think, was like his brother or something, Mark Leiter. I think that's what it was. So that was $1.50 if you got the error that showed his brother. Nothing over $1 there. There's Todd Benzinger, remember him, and Gary Thurman. Those were pretty prominent rookies back then. Right. There's a cord on this iPhone that I don't want to unplug, so I'm kind of struggling to reach there. But let's see. Yeah, nothing too big here. Who's that? Oh, Eric Davis, 80 cents. That was the same price as the box bottom card, so kind of interesting. They would have the same price. Wade Boggs, 80 cents. Ellis Burks there, $1. And then Kevin Seitzer, first top card. I feel like that was a, actually both of those were Rookie Cup, All-Star Rookie Cup cards. Don Mattingly, heavy hitter, veteran at $1.50 a card. I want to see Bo Jackson, and I feel like this was, during the time when he was hot, so I feel like his cards were like $1.50, $2. Sam Horn. I remember Sam Horn, $1 for his rookie card. Bunch of All-Stars there in the checklist. Wally Joyner, 65 cents. Let's see here. Sorry for the shaky camera. Sorry to do that with one hand. Mark McGuire, $1.25. I pulled one of those from a cello pack of this stuff I recently opened on a video. That has the All-Star Rookie Cup, as I believe does the Matt Noakes rookie card here. He was a big rookie back then. There's that Santiago. So I haven't seen Bo Jackson in anything over $1. So Keith Comstock, that was like the coloring of the team name on the card was like wrong or different. On some of the cards that was the error, and then they corrected it, and those were more common. So yeah, no, Bo Jackson. I'm trying to see where the heck the Bo Jackson is. Man, what is going on with this camera? Alright, sorry. I don't see Bo Jackson. That's kind of surprising. I feel like at the height of his hobby popularity, like his base 88 cards, which were second year cards, were going for like $1.50 a piece. Alright, so as promised, I want to look through this 89. And see what this may be where the Bo Jacksons kind of take off. But let's see here. So the Al Leiter rookies are down, or the Al Leiter errors are down. David Cohn is a $1 card now at this point. Burke's $1. I think that's roughly what he was. Canseco, $1.50 for his base card. Mike Greenwell, $1.25. I think that's up significantly. I don't think it was over $1. was 65 cents. So still no Bo Jackson over $1 or $1 or higher. By this time, 88 Topps traded was out. Plus we have 89 Donruss here at the, I think very, oh no, I guess all 89 sets are in here. There's 89 Topps right there. So, there you have it. Maybe I'll take a quick, I want to look at the hot list for May 1988 and see what we see. There was, in every Beckett, there was a hot list that showed you the 86 Topps traded. Beautiful, beautiful. Showed you the 10 hottest players and the 10 coldest. They had cold, oh what? Wow, look at this. I think this was kind of a new thing that they were doing. They have a Western hot there, Western cold, and an Eastern hot and an Eastern cold. That's kind of silly. I don't know if they did that for very long. Oh wow, look at this Bo. It says Bo is cold all over, so I guess he must have peaked already. But yeah, look at that, Bo Jackson. He's the coldest in the East and the coldest in the West. Man, alright, well, let's see who's hot. Mark McGuire, yeah. Donnie Baseball, always hot. Kevin Seitzer. Eric Davis, Wade Boggs, Benito Santiago. Beckett Monthly, oh my god, can you imagine the self-aggrandizing? Roger Clemens and Will Clark are the top 10. Let's see, that look, I feel like it's exactly the same. I mean, it's pretty much the same. McGuire is the same, Mangley's the same, Seitzer's the same, Davis is the same, Boggs is the same, Santiago is actually different. Matt Noakes replaces him on the Eastern Hot. And then 7, Beckett Monthly. Oh, and then Benito's on 8, so who's 8 on the West? Matt Noakes. Okay, so Santiago and Matt Noakes are swapped. And then here it's Ellis Burks at 9, and on the West it's Roger Clemens. And then 10 is Roger Clemens here, and 10 is Will Clark on the West. So kind of wacky. I don't think they did that for very long. Back we can see what they were doing in 1989. 1 year later for this hot list, I bet they just have one hot list. Yeah, so this is what it normally looks like. Hot and cold. Wow, Bo Jackson, still cold. That's funny, I guess I don't remember how quickly he went cold, but, you know, he had a short time period because he got that injury in football. Then it was done. Alright, folks, that's what I got for today. Hope you enjoyed our little trip back to 1988. I certainly enjoyed a visit to an old friend there, and look forward to seeing y'all next time. You guys have a great one.